Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Geez, speaking about winding back the clock, a few weeks back, someone shot through on the text line, one of the Fresh fam. They decided to use a rather peculiar insult, and they referred to someone as a pelican.
You?
It wasn't me. But no, it was directed at someone else. But it was a weird one. It was a weird one to hear, and it really got us thinking about these old wind-backy kind of old insults that you hear in the schoolyard that you might have heard 20 years ago or so. Those old kind of insults that used to get flown around.
Yeah, we want to open up the text line here. And what insult should we bring back?
You know, when I was in high school, a huge one we used to call each other was festy.
Oh,
Festy.
Festy,
Yeah. Oh, that's
bring that back.
festy.
Well, Festy was like kind of the new feral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like kind of a revamped version.
Or even like on the same vein of that manky.
Manky. I like that. Yeah. I mean, what about another one? Me and Tom get called by Taylor for your workday, buffheads a lot.
I love
Buffheads,
that.
yeah.
That's my favourite. It describes, especially Callum, that. Like, buffhead.
It's jarring. It's jarring, isn't it, to hear buffhead?
It's a bit of fun,
But it's
though.
weird. Yeah, it's quite lighthearted. But yeah, it was interesting when Taylor first brought it back, and she seems to have not let go of it.
What about bozo?
Bozo,
it's not a
doofus.
bad one.
Doofus is great.
On the like with like the dad sort of vibe of things, you know, this one from Alf Stewart.
Flyman mongrel.
Yeah. My dad used to love a bit of mongrel.
I can't believe that seems almost too Australian, where it's like a Crocodile Dundee's stereotype that someone would actually say flaming mongrel in real life.
No, it happened.
Janet in Nollunga Downs. Janet, good morning. What insult should we bring back?
Well, good morning, and I must say, great to hear you guys are back. So missed you last week.
Oh,
thank
thank you
you,
so
Janet.
much, Janet.
Actual Drongo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. A classic.
Yeah, Dad's called me that once
Yeah,
or
it
twice.
was. Yeah, and the other one was like Dork and Simpleton. They're the ones that I grew up at school, so they were just
Dork, yeah.
they just rolled off the tongue.
I like dog. Are you still throwing around these on your daily basis, or have they gone down the hatch a little bit?
No, I call my husband a Drongo every now and then. Yeah, still goes on.
Well, I'm glad someone's still copping it.
Good on you, Janet. Hey, thanks for getting involved.
Hey, no worries. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. We're going to go to Brett in Port Adelaide. Brett, mate, what insult are we bringing back?
Oh, I've got a couple here, mate, but you've got to put a strength word in front of it. So, like, if you're going to call someone a wanker, you've got to say full-on wanker.
Oh,
Yeah.
You've got to strengthen it.
Yeah.
And same with tosser. You don't just say tosser, you say a total tosser. So you strengthen up the word.
Hey, you got to put more emphasis
and
on
then
it.
you got, and yobbo, you can say complete yobbo, you know, or
Yeah.
bloody muppet.
Yeah, bloody yobbo
So you've got
is a
to
good one.
strengthen those words.
Yeah, no, those are good
and
ones.
the last one is loser, so you can say actual loser.
Regular loser doesn't stand. It doesn't hit hard enough.
I don't know if loser's gone anywhere, but I'm happy to keep saying it. Hey, Melissa in West Beach, what are we bringing back?
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
For me, it's your peanut. So
Peanut,
super
yeah.
kid, but an absolute kick to the guts for an adult. It's like
Yeah.
saying Roger that chief or nice one champ or
Yeah.
one buddy to an adult.
It's got a lot of weight to it.
Kick to the gut.
It really does, your peanut. It does make you feel...
Oh, yeah, wait,
oh,
don't
I've
look at
made
me
it.
in the eye as you say it.
Settle down. Put the gun back in the holster, Davo. No one's a peanut here.
Thanks for getting involved, Melissa.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, we got Stefan in Paradise. What insult are we bringing back?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
That's the way. I just like the one that's your mum's your dad.
Oh, love it. Love it. You know how much they got...
Simple.
They used to get flown around all the time when me and Tom were at school. It was a classic.
It hurts.
I just remember, I don't think anyone really understood what it meant, and that was probably part of the insult. It was just confusing and complicated, and
Yeah.
people just thought, wait, what does that actually mean?
Well,
What does it mean? My dad, like, what does that mean?
It puts you in your
But it
tracks a
just
little
makes it
bit.
Fine.
I think it's because it's
Yeah,
so
it does.
confusing. You just stand still, don't you?
Yeah, when they'd extend it to your mum's your dad and your dad's your uncle, that one hurt.
Yeah, exactly right. The uncle, the brother, and, it goes on from there.
You can go through the whole family tree. Your grandpa's your grandma. your ancient ancestors.
Your auntie's your uncle.
Your brother.
Hey, thanks for getting involved, Stefan.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Cheers.
Cheers, you too, mate. Hey, Sean, what insult should we bring back?
Salty flank.
Salty flank. Okay, what does salty flank mean? I don't know if I've heard that one before.
I'm not sure myself, but yeah, as I said before,
mean.
it's probably part of the insult.
Yeah, it just sounds bad.
How often are you flying around the salty flank?
Probably told the missus that. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like a fish, I reckon.
yeah, flank. Hey, thanks for getting involved, Sean. We're going to head over to Adam in Evanston. Adam, mate, you're the last insult. What are we bringing back?
Morning, guys. I call my daughter this one all the time, but I call her a bloody nincompoop.
Nincompoop.
I haven't heard that in years.
Nincompoop.
Bring
That's
it
an old
back.
one, that one for sure.
Does it stop your daughter in her tracks? Is that is that a pretty jarring one?
Nah, she just ignores it now.
Yeah,
She used to
she's
it.
learned better. Hey, Adam, nincompoop's the best one I think we've got.
First rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast. The second rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
We are talking about Urban Dictionary. If you don't know what it is, it's a website that basically just tells you like the definition for slang words if you're not sure what they mean.
I feel like one of the big uses for Urban Dictionary is when you're when you're a kid, you're in high school, and you hear a term go around. It's usually something real crude, and you're like,
Yeah.
I have to look that up. And that's how you get your education of all the crude slangs, all the sayings that go around your world.
Or if you're a boomer and you need to know what a Gen Z's saying, you just type that in and off you go.
Exactly.
So a mate of mine was showing me this feature on it that I didn't know existed, where you can look up people's names and it will give you like a brief description about what that person might be like. His name was Jasper, and his definition was he's a sandwich thief. Keep your sandwiches away from this long-armed freak because he'll take all your sandwiches.
Hey,
I know him, and I'd say that was probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
That's what I thought.
weirdly, like we said, there's a bit of looseness with the Urban Dictionary because anyone can write on there. However, there is some sort of accuracy, and I do look at that, and I do look at Jasper, and I think he's got long arms and likes sandwiches.
Yeah, so I've had a look on Urban Dictionary, and, I haven't picked the first one that has come up. I've done a bit of research, and I picked the best one for each of us. And if you're wondering why I'm reading these definitions off of my phone, it's because just like in school, Urban Dictionary is banned on our computers.
Is that our
That's
internet
funny.
here at Fresh is banned, huh?
Yeah.
But also, you didn't need to tell the audience that. They don't know you've got your phone, mate.
All right. So, Davo, I decided to go as Lauren.
Okay,
for you.
interesting.
Because all the Davo one were men, so I thought, let's go Lauren. We'll get a nice one.
Davo loves a bit of beef jerky.
I think the first one was something to do with love and beers. So,
Well, it's not wrong.
Lauren, a strong-minded woman who is not scared to pull people into line. She has a kind face and is very beautiful, but don't get on her bad side or catch her on a bad day. If you have a boat, you will have her undying love forever if you invite her on. You'll only catch her towards the back, feeling all the vibrations, just like a shark.
No way.
That's a throwback to an issue I had on a sea lion cruise.
Callum,
Yeah.
a smart, funny, but very, very strange man. Often making a wardrobe wherever he goes, even though he doesn't have the most clothes out of anyone. Typically bashful, you can make him as bright as a tomato with a single compliment, and he'll rarely reciprocate them. All in all, you want a Callum in your life, but you'll need to be the driver.
Sorry, these are very accurate, Tom. I'm
Yeah, I
feeling...
know.
Yeah,
It's
wow,
crazy.
This is crazy. This
when-
is like star signs or something.
When you read mine, I kind of thought, oh, yeah, that's a bit accurate. But now I'm sort of thinking that you've written that. I'm actually angry.
Well,
Yeah, these are your thoughts. I got it pretty clean. Mine was quite nice.
What about yours, Tom?
so I went with Thomas because I thought if we go on Lauren, we'll do full
You
names.
want birth
Official.
name.
And I found one of those like acronym poems, the THOM. So T, totally incredible human being. H, handsome. O, obliged to help anyone in need because he's such a good guy. M, mature, even when they're younger. A, awesome guy with great values. S, suave, savvy dude that can get along with anyone.
Wouldn't say that. So now we know for sure that it's been bludge.
You know how you said you don't want to catch me on a bad day. Well, bloody get over here, sunshine.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
You know that here, Davo, Tom and Callum, we are always talking the big things, the big questions, the important stuff that you need to take throughout your day. And right now, we are talking about undies. And ladies of Adelaide, I'm going to need you to chime in here because there's a tweet that has gone viral, and I'm just going to read the tweet and we'll go from there. So the tweet says, are women ever going to admit that thongs are the most sensory nightmare piece of clothing that has ever existed? Or are they still going to look me in the eye and say I actually find them more comfortable? Now,
the great debate.
It is a great debate because I have friends that swear black and blue that, you know, G-strings are comfortable, more comfortable than a full brief, and they absolutely love having a piece of material in their crack.
Yeah. Is this, are you bringing this up because I bent over before and you saw
the whale tail?
No, but I guess me and Tom do have a bit of an opinion on it because last year when we did, this year, sorry, when we did the Pride flight, we did a video shoot kind of thing where we dressed up in drag, and a part of that was that we put G-strings on.
Gorgeous.
And
wasn't in the contract. Me and Callum just thought it would be funny.
No, and it was funny, especially when Callum's Jats crackers fell out.
in front of the lady who owned the bar we were shooting at. It was,
there's not a lot of support for men in the front, and it's even worse in the back. Yeah. I did not have a great time.
But, I mean, us doing it, though, we were walking around, and, yeah, I have to say my rating of it was quite uncomfortable. Not only just everything falling out, but also just riding up, you know, your ass.
Well, you do...
Yeah.
You see a lot of men constantly walking around, you know, pulling the undies out if it rides up a little bit. So
do you?
Yeah, you know, they always grab and like pull out, you know. So, but you never see women do it. So I don't know how, is there a difference there?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm a full brief gal, I'm not going to lie. Bridget Jones is...
Love heart boxes.
So you don't...
Bridget Jones style,
you don't
loves
ever
it.
do the G-string casually just into work or whatever?
Licking his lips as he says it.
Are you wearing one right now? Tell me.
Tread carefully, mate. We're on live radio.
Go on.
Got my hand over the dump button.
I do not understand her. I have a friend that swears by it. That's all she owns, and I just think you're crazy. Ladies, get involved. Tell us what you reckon.
Let's open up the phone lines here. 1300 737374. Give us a buzz now. We want to have a debate over the G-strings. Do you find them more comfortable, or is it full briefs? So you just wear them to be feeling sexy?
Yeah, if you do find them more comfortable, I want to know how and why. Like, I need some real explanation here.
We're talking all things G-strings. We're going to go to Burnside. We've got Demi on the line. Demi, good morning. Are you for or against the G-string?
100% for.
Are you lying to us, Demi? Why do you like them?
They're just the best. I think I wear them all the time. I don't know. I think just because I'm a gym girly, so you can't wear the other knickers because you can see them in the leggings. So I had to wear them, and then I've just learnt to love them, and they've just become really comfortable for me. So it's all I wear.
So Demi, even if you're just lounging around the house, that's the choice.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Demi's wearing G-strings to the gym. What a tidy little number, honestly. Wow, you're painting a picture, Demi.
Hey, thanks so much for getting involved, Demi. Jeez, we're going to go to Rachel right now. Rachel, good morning. What is your stance on the G-string?
Hi there. I'm definitely for the G-string. I feel like anything else, you just spend all day pulling it out your arse. It's like, it rides up. I can't be having that. I'd rather it was just in there already. I know where it is. It's going to stay there. I don't need to think about it.
Did you ever find it uncomfortable? Have you gotten used to it? Or has it always been fine?
I think it's always been fine. I mean, it's different if you're like lounging around the house, then definitely like I'm all for the granny pants. But yeah, day to day, I've just always had a G-string.
Yeah, I feel like you've maybe not worn the right granny panties because they are so comfy. I don't know what you're on about.
Have you had the extra insulation ones?
I feel like maybe I need to do some more experimenting, but no, it's going to be hard to change my mind, I'm afraid.
Yeah, good on you, Rachel.
Set on the G-string.
Thanks for getting involved. Taylor from Workday on the line. Taylor, good morning. You're pretty passionate about this. What's your stance?
Here we go.
Good morning, guys. I'm actually so glad that someone's finally talking about this because for years I could never understand why women wore G-strings. They're like having an eternal wedgie. I hate it. I'm off it. I wear granny panties every day. Sorry, guys. Had to say it.
No, I'm so glad because I admitted that I'm a Bridget Jones granny panties kind of gal, and I'm so glad you're on board as well, Taylor.
All day, every day. I swear there's like this weird thing that like, beauty is pain, and I can put up with a lot of beauty is pain, but that is not one of them.
Absolutely. Amen, sister.
Hey, thanks for calling up, Taylor.
You're welcome. See you soon. Bye.
See ya. Hey, lastly, we've got Party Marty on the line. Party Marty, what are your thoughts on the G-string?
Oh, well, it's not just the women that wear them, though, is it? Hey.
Your text came through. Is it common practice for blokes to wear G-strings? Did you used to rock it back in the day?
Some blokes do. I mean, I used to find it used to chafe me really badly, but then I realised I was actually wearing them back to front.
Well, so the string was going down the front.
Yeah, so you used to have one Julio each side of the string. I used to chafe really bad, and I used to have to get some cream from the doctors.
Jeez, it's Party Marty's bait and tackle, isn't it?
I wouldn't know what to make of it. Like, if I saw you in the G-string anyways, I'd be like, oh, a bit strange. Then if I saw it back to the front, I'd be like, that's even more peculiar.
What a surprise if you're on a night out.
You don't really want to see me in a D-banger.
No, but I also think, Party Marty, you have a pickery, for goodness sakes. Imagine Party Marty walking around in his farmer's gear with a whale tail hanging out.
Low-ride jeans.
Yeah. Someone's doing work experience there. Oh, I think I'll stop.
Boots with the fur.
Just in a pair of gum boots.
Hey, thanks for getting involved as always, Party Marty. Have a good one, mate.
Thanks, legend.
Cheers.
First you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
Boys, it's that glorious time of year, which, to be honest, I think I've spoken about this every single year it happens, but it still makes me so damn happy. It is Fat Bear Week.
I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky.
Yeah. If you're not sure what this is, it takes place over in Alaska, in Brooks River at Katmai National Park. And basically what it is brown bears, they get fat to survive the winter hibernation.
Yeah.
And Fat Bear Week is a yearly tournament where they celebrate their success in who got extra chunky.
Yeah, I'm opposed to it. I call it National Body Shaming of the Bears Week. And I stand up for the bears. And I think it's disgusting.
Well, they need to do this to survive. It's a health thing.
Just a bunch of people with binoculars fat shaming these animals.
Yeah, it's like having the Christmas blowout, like getting shamed for it.
Hey, these guys aren't getting shamed. They're getting lifted up onto this beautiful tournament and told that they're amazing,
Jeez, I don't know. I'm on the fence now, too.
Hey, it's actually body positive, if anything.
It's one of those ones that gets cancelled in a few years. The bears will up rally.
So some of the heavy hitters include Holly. Now, Holly won back in 2019, getting absolutely chunky. She's looking a little bit rump this year, but I don't think she's a heavy contender. She got kicked out of the tournament early. Then we've got Otis, who won in 2021. Once again, looking a little bit slim this year. Who else you got there?
I've got this one here, Bear 428. So some of them just have numbers.
Yeah, which
They're
is
not
a
even
shame.
classified as beings. They're just numbers to them. So Bear
Numbers on the
428.
scale.
Bear 428 has blonde ears and grizzled light brown fur. Difficult to differentiate from a same-age sister who is number 429.
Yeah.
It's like they're James Bond James Bond numbers
Spies.
or something, yeah.
So over the last week, they've been narrowing down the bears to find out. Narrowing down is probably an inappropriate word. This isn't The Biggest Loser, but they've been narrowing down the list, and they're up to the grand final today. So within mere hours, boys, we'll know which bear gets crowned the chubby king.
Do you reckon anyone rigs it? I mean, I wonder if you can bet on it, one, and then if you could bet on it, if you rigged it, you're just going into the forest, giving it extra honey,
Butter.
with a bit of cream cheese or something, feeding
Come
up
here,
that bear.
Otis.
So the grand final this year is between Grazer.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, it's a good name for a bear trying to get chunky, and also Chunk.
Chunk.
I mean, it's hard to go up against Chunk. Chunk sounds like the champion.
Well, he is looking extra thick this year, boys.
Chunk is looking really dishevelled as well, like he doesn't want to be there.
Can I say, Fat Bear Week, the cash grab that it may be, they've started a Fat Bear Junior, like it's MasterChef or something. Have you seen this?
Really?
Yeah, they've got all the cubs as well.
So now they're exploiting kids. This just gets more and more cruel.
You know what? One thing you don't know about this is that they put them all in a little bike shorts and a crop top and make them get on a scale.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
So we've got to talk about the McDonald's Monopoly game. It's that promotional thing they do every year, and this is not an ad where
they do not pay us.
No, but it's a bad rap. It's had a bit of a bad rap in the past because have you heard about that documentary that came out a few years ago?
Supersize Me.
No, not that one. It was
old.
called McMillions.
McMillions.
Yeah, and basically this criminal mastermind, his name was Jerome Jacobson. He defrauded it. I know, I knew you'd love that
He's a
name.
criminal mastermind, but we know his name.
Sorry, I knew you would love that name, Jerome.
Dr. Jerome Jacobson. Every evil genius needs to be a doctor.
He defrauded the McDonald's Monopoly game of $20+ million between the years of it was end of the 80s until 2001. So
It's been going that long.
Right, so Jerome Jacobson was obviously a Monopoly king as a kid.
He was Mr. Monopoly.
Yeah. Around the family dining table, hitting the Monopoly. He's like, I can make money out of this.
Yeah, well, he did really well for himself until he got caught. But this promotion happens every single year, and you end up, with those little pull-off tickets.
Yeah.
You sort of find them scattered around the place.
Yeah, you got to get like 5 of the same or something.
Yeah.
To get a prize.
I don't really know much about the game, to be honest.
I never do it.
All I know is
obviously, we wouldn't know.
all I know from the game is that you'll be sitting in Maccas with your mates, and it's like routine that you'll peel the sticker off and you'll be like, nah.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
You hope you get a free cheeseburger.
But this is the thing. They promise so many prizes. You've got your tanks of fuel, your money, your food, your vouchers. But I don't reckon I know anyone who's won something.
You can win a meet and greet with Jerome Jacobson. He'll tell you how to win.
Yeah, I don't know if I've known anyone to ever win anything like big off of this either.
No one.
So what are you saying? You think no one actually has one except for maybe Jerome?
No, but I just don't know that anyone's won, and I want to know if someone. I'm nosy beacon. I want to know if anyone's won
because it is a massive deal. Like you said, David, there's heaps of prizes. And there's some pretty damn good prizes on there.
Cars.
And surely someone's won. Surely someone's won it naturally.
Well, let's find out. We'll open up the phone lines here. Has anyone actually won Macca's Monopoly? Maybe, if you know someone that's won, still, please call up.
Oh, we need to know.
Yeah.
Hell, if you've just won a cheeseburger, if it's one of the smaller prizes, let us know. Because I haven't even seen that, to be honest.
Nigel, good morning. Have you won anything from Macca's Monopoly?
No, and I haven't been to McDonald's in more than 20 years over it.
Wow. Okay, tell us about this, Nigel.
So the second year of the competition, about halfway through, in quick succession, I scored a Park Lane and a Mayfair ticket.
Okay.
Super excited.
Yeah.
I've won a Honda HRV.
Wow, good.
So I go in, I lodge the claim, and then I get a letter back telling me that, oh no, the claim's been denied because I've used 1998 and 1999's ticket.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, hang on a sec, but I've got them both in the same year. So they're telling me no.
Well, so it was their fault that they gave the two tickets separately.
So pretty much what happened was I sort of gave up on it. Thought, oh well, I'm not going to get it. Then I get contacted by a law firm in Queensland that a class action is about to start because I'm not the only person it's happened to. So McDonald's try to scare everyone off by saying, oh, look, you do understand if we win the court case, you're responsible for all of our legal costs. A bunch of people dropped out of the court case at that moment, but 1,500 of us proceeded with the court case. What came out of the court case was after the 1998 competition, they just put all of their stock into a warehouse and then they reprinted all new tickets for 1999. But rather than keep the old, like there's only 4 Mayfairs and tons of Park Lanes, they've swapped everything around in the second year. So now there's thousands of Park Lanes and Mayfairs in the system. People winning cars, holidays, everything left, right and centre. They denied everybody above the Fleet Street all of them prizes were denied, but they paid out all of the food and all those little trinkety prizes. We ended up losing the court case, even though it was pointed out it was their fault, and they sent me a $100 voucher as a consolation prize.
Wait, how much?
$100.
$100 because it wasn't about winning court cases, it was about keeping their customers happy.
That sucks.
I reckon back then, though, for $100, you probably could have got about 200 cheeseburgers at least.
Wouldn't you love to be on the jury of that one as well?
Ronald McDonald on the stand, crying.
That was Grimace there, mate.
You're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
You know, when you get into a new relationship, you are really trying to be your best self.
Sure.
I know I definitely surprised my ex with some real fun personalities as the years went on.
Well, it's constantly evolved and went through a cycle.
Yeah. But someone who has announced a new relationship is our friend Taylor Swift. And now she's dating Travis Kelce, who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs over in America.
Wow.
Now, here at Fresh, and particularly the Davo, Tom and Callum show, we're known to not be Swifties.
Not at all.
But definitely we're not alone here, boys, because Taylor Swift recently met her potential future mother-in-law, Donna, at one of the games. Now, there's plenty of footage of this. You can see them. They're up in one of the boxes. You can see Taylor's giving it heaps, big smile, jumping up. She's cheering, no doubtly sweetly touching her on the shoulder and complimenting her on what a beautiful son that she has. She's giving it heaps.
It seems like such a weird one for, someone of such high status like Taylor Swift to have to, put in the effort like that. I feel like she can get anyone she wants, you know what I mean?
Think so. You would think so, but you can see she's laying it on thick.
Sure.
Well, Donna Kelce was on a talk show after this experience, and they were asking her about Taylor Swift and what she reckons about her.
So you got to know her a little bit. You got to sit with a couple games. How was it?
It was okay.
Bit full on.
It was okay. Imagine that. National television, all of America watching, wondering what this went for. After Taylor giving it so much, the mum's gone on TV.
Jeez, the risk of being in the limelight.
Do you reckon Donna is just like, that's my special little boy, and looking at your track record?
Doesn't want a song written about her son.
I don't need another album about my son.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.